Water is sacred to First Nations because water is life. Clean water sustains us in all our relations. It is our responsibility to take care of the water and protect it for future generations. Hello, my name is Brandon, and I'm a fourth-generation water and wastewater operator in Elsipogtog First Nation and a part of the Atlantic First Nation Water Authority. We talk a lot about centralized water and wastewater systems on First Nations, as we should, but decentralized systems also require attention and funding to ensure safe drinking water and clean wastewater services on First Nations. These are individual systems like wells, trucked water, septic tanks, and holding tanks. More than 70 people from the First Nations and First Nation organizations across Canada contributed to a report released in June 2025 that was created to help Indigenous Services Canada, or ISC, understand how these decentralized systems are working in First Nation communities. The purpose of the report was to gather knowledge and experiences to highlight risks and suggest ways to improve these systems. Hazards in individual water and wastewater systems can come from connected issues. The report looked at the whole picture, like layers of an onion. Things like system design, location, and who's responsible for the systems are shaped by policy and funding decisions at both the federal and regional levels. The report has 3 parts that consider system risks, current management practices, and recommendations to improve water and wastewater services. The full report is available online. We made 3 videos to help share details about the report directly to First Nations. The video provides a brief summary of the report's finding about individual wells in First Nations. Across Canada, the best guess is that around 13% get their water from individual wells, but no one really knows the exact numbers because there's no formal inventory. Wells can be dug or drilled, deep or shallow, and while groundwater is often much safer than surface water, a well needs proper installation and maintenance to protect both the water to the home and the aquifer itself. We heard that in many cases, First Nations don't have enough funding and staff to monitor water quality, let alone do maintenance, inspections, and repairs. Part 1 of the report describes the most common risks that threaten water quality in wells, starting with the problems that can occur at the source, where natural minerals like manganese or arsenic can enter groundwater from rock in the aquifer itself. These minerals at elevated levels can cause health problems over time, so testing and treatment are really important. Even methane and fluoride can occur naturally, so it's best to test for that too. Wells can also be contaminated from human activity by fertilizers, industrial waste, or nearby septic systems. Poor well locations, damage, or lack of soil cover makes things worse, especially during floods. Safe water depends on proper well design, maintenance, and monitoring. Many contributors noted that the lack of information about individual wells like age, well condition, and aquifer characteristics. All of this information is important to understand risk to wells and develop maintenance and monitoring plans to ensure safe drinking water. The report shares direct quotes from contributors about the risks that they see in their individual wells. A lot of wells are just aged out, and some of them are sinking. A lot of them don't have well surface seals because they've been drilled 30+ years ago. Also, a lot of these houses are close by cattle. These are some of the situations here with the lack of funding. Water quality can also be affected by the pipes inside homes. Hard water can wear down plumbing and carry metals like lead to the tap. Treatment systems can improve water quality, like filters or reverse osmosis systems, but they cost money and need regular cleaning and upkeep to stay safe. Some filters can even grow bacteria if not maintained. Many First Nations we spoke with had no home water treatment, though some use softeners or filters. Part 2 of the report summarizes these gaps and challenges in managing individual wells, from locating services, installation, monitoring, and treatment, to maintenance, repairs, and troubleshooting. There are certainly great technologies out there that you can put on private wells. Treat just about anything you want to monitor what's going on in the groundwater. But the concern with that is the maintenance aspect. Are things going to get changed on a proper basis? If you're looking at a filtration system, there's a maintenance aspect to that, and you could have a problem occur without even knowing it and causing health problems. Centralized systems are most affordable when homes are close together and these systems get annual funding. But in spread out communities, wells are often the only option, and they rarely get funding, putting the burden of these water systems on the First Nations and its members. Some contributors noted that there was limited water quality monitoring done by individual wells, with regional differences noted across the country. Routine sampling only includes microbiological monitoring, with no requirement for measuring minerals, metals, or chemical contaminants in groundwater. I don't know any homes that drink their tap water anymore. I would say 90% of the homes get their water bottles brought in. ISC financed this report to understand how to improve these systems, and contributors shared similar recommendations across Canada. Part 3 of the report discusses recommendations to address the gaps and risks highlighted in Part 2 of the report. The recommendations are organized as immediate, intermediate, and reform, because some changes can be made quickly while others will take time. The recommendations are organized in 3 themes. 1. Fund the true cost of water and wastewater services to protect public and environmental health. 2. Create systems and tools needed to support First Nations self-determination. 3. Manage central and individual systems together to support nation well-being. The report recommends funding for nations to gather data and develop actions for sustainable systems, not just for emergencies. Some nations, like Whitefish Lake 128 and Samson Cree, shared examples of success when they had the tools, time, and control to manage their systems. These 2 nations shared their stories for the report because they wanted to let others know how they did it, to help other nations. Contributors said it's important to have long-term funding and service plans that connect housing growth with reliable water and wastewater systems. The report recommends that ISCs support better asset management, help identify and reduce health risks, and back First Nation-led water management that combines both central and individual systems in ways that work best for each community. The report is available online. There is also video summaries for truck-to-cistern systems and on-site wastewater systems. Informational brochures about the report are also available at the link below.